And so we got them on board. And now the hard negotiations had to be as to how much we had to pay, what they had to do, what infrastructure. Incidentally, our approval was a loaded approval with $85 million worth of commitment from Springfield, which we have honored nearly 3/4 of it. But it was, so they said, you want the approval, that's the price you pay. And they accepted it eventually because they believed that for that massive population growth of Southeast Queensland, and chaps, you haven't seen anything yet. We're going to grow very rapidly. Everybody is moving to the Sun Belt all around the world, and we are going to experience it. So they believed that this had to happen. And now what they do? They're trying to have another 3 more cities. So they're repeating this model again. Does that answer the question?
So we have one more question. Maha, I love how you talk about investing in human capital. I love how you talk about investing in our children's future. My question is more on a personal level. I have a growing family, and I'm interested to know how you balanced the intense workload and also your family's needs and your children's needs. If I can ask that question.
Yeah, sure, of course. My son is here. He knows, so he can probably answer the question. You want to answer the question? Why don't you answer this question?
Pretending that he's not here, Maha.
He's very good at it. He can tell what the father. You have heard what my wife says about me.
I wouldn't say he's mad because he's paying my wages because I work at Springfield Land Corporation. But look, I think my father always, he never made the family feel like they were secondary to the project. And if you look at Springfield, I do work there, and to answer your question, I live there as well. So I'm a bigger believer than my father. But Springfield is very much a family-centric community, and I think that the beliefs that he raised us upon and his own internal beliefs have made that into such a project. I think that the project is very much based on young families growing up in an area where they have all the resources that they need to raise a comfortable family and a successful family, education, health, etc., etc. And he never made us feel like we had to follow in his path. It always came out of a passion. I worked separately before I joined Springfield Land Corporation, so in another industry. So I think that all my sisters and myself and my mother were very supportive of the project, but we never felt like we were secondary to it. Like he always still made time. He never made us feel like a government meeting or a council meeting where he had to get his approvals was any more important to attending one of our soccer events or a recital, etc., etc. So I remember when I would have been about 13 when he took on the project, but I can never recall a time where he wasn't there for a school function or to argue with any of my teachers, which he did do on a regular basis. But he never made us feel like those kind of events were less important than what he was doing. And when I recall now, at a point in 96, 97, when the project almost financially went under, that's correct to say, the problems, I recall I would have been in about grade 11 or 12, and I would go home and complain about the most useless things, but he always made me feel like they were the most important things. So, you've got a family yourself, so I understand that you'd probably have those concerns yourself, but it's important to make your family, I think, realize that, your work never supersedes your family, and he's a great testament to that. So I'll be asking for a raise after that.